At this video, we are still looking at question number 5, which is microeconomics. I've already stated it is made up of 40 marks, and you're expected to spend 40 minutes of your time. We've covered the main parts, which was discussed in detail the causes of market failure. It is 26 marks. Please, if you have not watched the previous video, please go watch the previous video, which covers the full 26 marks of question number 5. In this video, we're going to be covering the additional part. An additional part, it is only 10 marks. And the additional parts want us to analyze the impacts of minimum prices in the economy. So what are we looking at if we're looking at the impact? When we're looking at the impact, we're looking at both the good things as well as the bad things, or advantages as well as the disadvantages of the minimum prices in the economy. So basically, what is a minimum price? Because you need to understand what is it that is a minimum price. So basically, a minimum price, it is standard price or the lowest price that you can get for any particular product that you want to buy in the market. It is mainly implemented in the places like your agricultural places to ensure that we are able to ensure the continuity of the production of the vegetables or any kind of products that the agricultural sector is producing to us. Now, let us dive deeper into detail by looking at the solution and see what we have. As I've already stated, we're looking at the additional part, which says discuss the impact of minimum price. I've already stated that we're going to look at positive as well as negative. Let's first look at the positive impact in the economy of having minimum price. The minimum price are set above the equilibrium price to benefit farmers as they will make adequate profit. As I've already stated to you, it is mainly in the agricultural sectors in order to ensure that we receive the products they deliver in the economy on a continuous basis, because if they're charging lower price, they are not going to be able to make profit, and by them not making profit, it means they might stop producing. Minimum price allow agricultural producers to produce sufficient output to ensure goods security in the country. More workers may be employed to produce more agricultural output, which will reduce unemployment in the economy. Increase in agricultural production may contribute to the GDP, which stimulates economic growth. More goods may be exported to general market, more foreign markets, and reduce BOP problems. Businesses can be encouraged to invest more in the business industry that are covered by minimum price, resulting in more surpluses. So now let us summarize what we have just read. So the minimum price is the standard set price that is placed there in order to ensure that the suppliers of goods or services, they stay in that industry and they do not stop producing the product they are producing. And it is often in the agricultural sector. And the reason to see it mainly in the agricultural sector, it is to ensure that the production of vegetables, or could be sugarcane, whatever you call it, it is done on a continuous basis. That is, that the producers are not leaving the market because the prices they are charging to the economy is low. How does it help the country? As I've already stated, it ensures the continuity of the production of that product that is produced by the agriculture or the producers. And then what else happens? If they have certain minimum price, it means they're able to make more profit. By them being able to make more profit, it means that they are able to employ more workers. By employing more workers, it means that it's boosting the economy. How is it boosting the economy? Because those workers, they'll have money and they'll use that money to buy other products, not necessarily the agricultural products. So it boosts the entire economy by having more people employed. How does it help as well? It means that there will be increase in the GDP, and you know that the economy has target GDP which they need to reach, and by ensuring that these suppliers remains in the market, they will have more profit and they will produce more, and then they will contribute to the GDP. What else happens? What else benefit the country? What are the benefit of this minimum price? It is first that they may be able to export, to generate more product and export outside the market. By producing more, it means they're able to export their products outside the country, and it helps to reduce BOP. Right. So if the country has issues of BOP, then in that way, by us exporting more of those agricultural produced goods, it means that our BOP problem will be eliminated or rather reduced. And also, what happens if there is a minimum price, the investors might be interested to go and invest in that sector on the basis of the fact they know there will be a return on their investment and more profit will be made. However, as I've already stated, we are looking at impact. We must not forget the fact that the minimum price also negatively affects our economy. And how does it negatively affect the economy? Manufacturing business may be forced to produce agricultural raw material at a higher cost, which may contribute to inflation. So, what does that mean? Since there is this minimum price, it might happen that the minimum price that they need to bill to the consumers might not be sufficiently enough. Or if it can happen that the price they're charging is high, and it being high, it contributes to the inflation of the economy. And we know that the country or the economy wants the inflation to be as low as possible so that the economy is they boost the economy. Consumers may buy manufacturing goods at a higher price, which may increase their cost of living. The standard of living for the households may increase as they may fail to afford essential goods or services. The implementation of minimum price create product surplus as quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded in the country, hence resulting in the wasted resources. The surplus products are either dumped or sold at a price that are below the market price in the foreign countries in order to stabilize prices of the country. Sometimes surplus products are destroyed or used as animal fodder as dumping goods is against the rules of the World Trade Economic Organization. So now let's us unpack the minimum price impact, or what is the negative impact of the minimum price. I've stated at the beginning that that might lead to inflation as the minimum price might be a higher price, and which will mean that the inflation will be triggered. The other part is that it might increase the standard of living of the consumer. What does that mean to me and you? If I can only buy the 1 kg pocket of potato by 100 rand, and that is the minimum price I can get that 1 kg, that price might be higher for me. And the it's being higher, it means that my standard of living, in order for me to fill in packet of 1 packet of plastic when going to the shop, it might be very expensive. Then my standard of living might be higher, and I might not even be able to afford that packet of potato in the long run, which means now I'm at a stage where I'm no longer buying the potato, then by the agricultural suppliers producing the potato, they will produce it and it will not be bought by anyone because people are no longer affording to buy potato. And what does that mean? It means now I, the supplier, producing more of potato, and this potato is not bought by anyone. It will result to it having to be thrown away. Remember that potato is undurable goods. For it being undurable goods, it has a shelf life, a limited shelf life. And then when it reaches to the shelf life, or when now it's no longer can be consumed, then the supplier will need to throw it away. Then by throwing it away, they will have to go dump it to the animal farms, and they will need to pay the price of delivering this product from the farm to where it's going, which is also a wastage to the economy. Or it might happen that now it's lead to additional cost incurred by the supplier or the purchaser of the potato, which they wouldn't have incurred should they not initially bought those potato. And what does it mean also? It means that the foreign market might be buying our products at a lower price simply because we are trying to stabilize the price or the standard of the price in our country. That takes us to the end of the additional part. Now I'm going to look at the conclusion. Remember the conclusion It covers both the main part as well as the additional part. If you didn't see the main part, please go to the video which has the main part so that you'll see what we have covered in the main part. So now to conclude, I've already stated that if you are concluding means that now you are summarizing what you've stated, or you are recommending, or you are suggesting. However, what you've already stated in your first part and additional part should not form part of your conclusion. Now let's just see what we have here. Taxes and subsidies can be effective tool for addressing market failure. However, the design of the tax and subsidy need to be carefully considered to ensure that it is effective in addressing the market failure without creating unintended consequences. So now how the taxes and subsidies can be used to address the market failure. When we're looking at the taxes can be reduced for both the income earners as well as the suppliers by all the companies as well as the individuals. And by reducing that, it means there'll be more money available for the suppliers and the companies. And the companies, by having more money, they're able to employ more workers. And more workers being employed, it means unemployment will reduce and people have more money to go buy food at the shops. And also, people getting reduced tax, they have more money to also buy more goods. By buying more goods, they are improving the country's GDP. And what is the meaning of subsidy? So the subsidy is when government decide to say for certain industry they will subsidize either the production or maybe the taxes or whatever the case may be, but in most cases it will be the subsidizing of the production. But the government subsidizing the production of the supply for the suppliers, it therefore means that they're able to produce the goods at a lower price because some portion is subsidized by the government. And by that, it means they're able to employ more workers. And by employing more workers, they will reduce unemployment. And by reducing unemployment, what does it mean? It means people have more money, or people have money that they can use to spend on goods and services. And by them spending on goods and services, what does it mean? With GDP perspective, it means they'll be able to increase the GDP per capita of the country by doing so. That takes us to the end of question number 5. I will then be doing question number 6. All the best for the exam ahead. Bye.